Welcome to Wholesaling 101. I'm Mike the Wholesaler, and this month, July 2021, we're going to be talking about social media marketing for your wholesale deals. Of course, once you get the deals in, what you do with them is up to you. You could wholesale them, you could do other stuff, but we're talking about marketing as a wholesaler on social media. That is some old contact info, but you can look me up at Mike the Wholesaler. You can follow me on all the social medias. And about me, I'm married to an amazing, beautiful, shy wife. I have 2 crazy kids. There they are. There they are again. They're at grandma's house right now, so I'm living it up. I collect monopolies. I'm the wholesaling super group leader of REI USA. And I won Teacher of the Year in 2018 with Angela Davenport for our wholesaling boot camp. And then you can text script to 678-439-5699 to get my seller's script, and I will send it to you. And we don't have any homework check. That's it. And so I will unshare my screen if I can get my bar. Oh, they hide it now. Okay, so I will stop my share, and then I will allow others to share. Who can start sharing when someone else is sharing? All panelists. Okay. All right. So we're talking about social media, and I think this time we're going to focus on ads and the Facebook. I'm probably going to call it the wrong thing, the ad manager, but I will let Christopher Walker take it away. He is going to tell you all about Facebook and ads.
Okay, cool. Thanks, Mike. Thank you for having me on this webinar. Appreciate showing love and allowing me to introduce Facebook ads for any real estate investors out there, wholesalers that are looking to actually start running Facebook ads for their business to be able to start generating leads. Let me go ahead and get my slides up. I got a few slides that I'm going to just highlight some points. And then towards the end, I'm actually going to run through an actual ad campaign, create an ad campaign. So you'll get a chance to see step by step one of the ways to be able to create a Facebook ad. So that should be a nice treat. So let me share my screen. And this is it. Share.
Oh man, you got a floor. You're already outdoing me. Thanks.
Are you get out of here?
Oh, man, I just do orange and white, and you got a whole floor in here.
I should have put some pictures on there. I was gonna do that, but I was like, well, maybe they just want to see some nuts and bolts. They don't want to see any mushy stuff. But I like that you had their pictures of your family. I know my family's gonna be like, why are you putting pictures of me? But for the most part, so this is Facebook ads for real estate investors. My name is Christopher Walker. I'm a digital marketing architect. So I help businesses be able to run Facebook ads or any kind of digital marketing. So who am I? I help real estate professionals gain clients using Facebook ads and chatbots. So we're not going to talk about chatbots today, but it's a really good way to qualify leads, and it's awesome. So, but for the most part, I'm an actual licensed realtor in Georgia. So I've been licensed for almost 3 years now in the state of Georgia. And my wife, she's also a licensed realtor and also a mortgage loan officer here in the state of Georgia. So why Facebook ads? It's an easy way to get in front of sellers at scale. So, I know that, traditionally, you have your bandit signs, you have mailers, things of that nature to be able to send things out to people. But with Facebook, you can really be able to get to a lot of your sellers at scale really quickly. That's one of the great advantages of Facebook ads. Your sellers are on Facebook and Instagram. So, Facebook owns Instagram. So you're able to put your offering in front of them, either on Facebook and also Instagram. So Instagram is a great place to be able to also showcase your services for those retargeting lists. So we'll talk a little bit about retargeting through the spiel as well. But now they actually allow you to be able to market your put your ads on Facebook Marketplace, and that's a really great place to be able to put ads on as well, to be able to find those people that are looking to sell their property. They probably tried to put a Facebook ad on, not a Facebook ad, but one of those marketplace postings, and it's a great place for people that are either trying to sell something, or maybe you can find some buyers on there as well. Another reason why Facebook ads, you can start getting leads quickly. So what I usually tell my clients is, with Facebook ads, it does take a little bit of time, but you can start seeing some easy wins quickly. And Facebook, it makes it really really good, because the algorithm, once you start getting those leads in there, the algorithm is so smart that it starts to bring you more people like who you actually want to get in front, that you want to be able to lead their lead information. So you can start getting those leads in really quickly, as opposed to like with mailers, it takes it can take months. It probably can take almost a year or so, or whatever, before you start really seeing anything. And also it works with the right strategy. So from conversations that I've had with people over the years, sometimes they'll say, well, Facebook ads don't work for me because, I tried to run some ads. Okay, well, what did you do? Well, I went and actually made a post, and I clicked boost, and it didn't do anything. But the thing is, if you don't have the right strategy in place, it will seem like a time suck and a money suck too, if you don't have the right strategy in place. So it makes a huge difference when you have the right strategy in place. So let's talk about Facebook ads. There have been a lot of changes that have made it a little bit more difficult to run ads if you don't know what you're actually doing, you don't have that strategy I was telling you about, and not knowing the rules. One thing that came about was the iOS 14 update, and it makes it a little bit harder to retarget people on iPhone, because now people on iPhone iOS 14, they have to say, hey, I want you to be able to pretty much add a cookie or tracker for me when they go to your website. And before, you can actually easily retarget those people that visit your website, and now it makes it harder to retarget those people. Special ad category, I'm not sure if you're familiar with that, but it's very important in certain categories of types of businesses. You have to be able to select the special ad category, which will be real estate, so that way it doesn't discriminate against people based on different categories. So if you don't do that, your ad's going to get rejected, and too many rejected ads can get your account flagged, and you definitely don't want to do that. So it kind of limits your targeting to, like, before you could be able to say, hey, I only want to be able to get in front of people from 45 to maybe 60, or I only want to get to people in this small zip code. But now you have to make sure it's like 15-mile radius. It has to go no age discrimination or whatever, so everyone will see your stuff. Other types of interests or whatnot, they've scaled those down with the interests to be able to better target, like income, whether they actually own a house, or likely to sell. All this stuff went away. But making sure that you actually select this special ad category is very important in our industry. So it does an excellent job of getting your ad in front of the right people. As I was telling you before, Facebook does an excellent job of, if you're working off of a cold audience, meaning you don't have any kind of connection with them, they're not part of a list or anything like that, where you know that they're a seller. It does a great job of figuring out those people that you're looking for based on some of your stuff with your conversions, meaning people that went to your actual landing page and left their information and things of that nature. And also, you want your ad copy to call out your audience. So even with the limited targeting, that is still good, but you want your copy to say, hey, I'm looking for sellers, or not really so much that, but hey, sellers, or sellers in Gwinnett County, or sellers in Paulding County, or wherever you're looking for property where you're targeting, you want to make sure your ad is calling out to that audience, making it easier for them to actually see your ad and stop. So what kinds of ads work best in real estate investing? Using a list of sellers is an excellent way of actually getting in front of, because basically when you go to these places that provide lists, they usually have their contact information, probably address. If you're lucky enough, they may have maybe email address, and things that any data that you can actually accumulate for that person, and you just upload the list to Facebook, and they're going to go through that list and find as many people that they can find on that list, and then put your ads only to those people. So that's really good because, as I was saying, like with mailers, you can actually get to that person's mailbox. So think of it on a virtual standpoint, that you're going to get to that person on their Facebook feed or Instagram feed. Running ads to a cold audience by location. So if you only want to be able to find, people in certain areas, you still have that 15-mile minimum radius, but you can actually, only target those certain areas, and you can be able to run your ads that way. Retargeting ads are excellent because if you have a website, or there are a lot of applications online, SaaS applications that allow you to put what is called a Google Pixel to track people. You can be able to track them based on that tracking, and retarget those people that have shown some kind of interest in what you have to offer. Google Ads is another great strategy that people use, and it works out very well because with Google Ads, you can they have a little bit more targeting that was more traditional with Facebook. So you can, as of the last time I looked in there, maybe a month or so ago, you can actually find sellers. You can actually look for people that own a home. There still is some stuff in there for income and other targeting that you wouldn't get with Facebook. Facebook got really killed by that thing with the election in 2016, and that company they found out was getting all that data. But Google still has a lot of targeting that you can do there. It's going to be more expensive. If you've ever run ads on Google, it's definitely more expensive than Facebook. But you have more intent searchers to be able to get your ad in front of. And then what happen is you will send them to a landing page you can retarget on Facebook, and then that way your retargeting lists are geared toward those people that actually at least came from a Google ad that was intentional, and then try to get them to actually leave their lead information from your retargeting group. And running ads on both Facebook and Instagram. So as I was telling you before, Instagram is another great avenue when running Facebook ads, and running it in conjunction with Facebook, and you can be able to get to more people, and they actually want you to do that, to get more data for them to be able to get in front of the right people for you. So what do you need to run ads on Facebook? So you need a Facebook account. It's free. Then you can create an actual Facebook ad account. It used to be a time where you would just use your personal account and then just create a Facebook ad, sign up for a Facebook ad account. They changed that a few years ago. So now everybody has to get a Facebook business account. And from that business account, you can create multiple ad accounts. I think right now, per business account, you can do like 5 ad accounts. So I'm trying to remember, I think it's like 2 max on the Facebook business account, but I've been doing it for so long, they give me several business accounts, knock on wood, hopefully they don't take them away. And of each one of those accounts, you can actually put up to at least 5 Facebook ad accounts. So you can have plenty, but you should only need 1 so you don't get bogged down. So Facebook Pixel to add to your website for retargeting. So I've talked a lot about retargeting, and basically you want to be able to use that pixel information to add to your website so that you can easily retarget those people. It's going to be harder because of the iOS 14 update, but and there's still a lot of people that's on Android, that's on desktop, other phones, or they may be on the older iOS version, and you still can get those people. But it's a good thing to have on your website. Every website that I have, I make sure I put a pixel on there so that whenever I need to actually run ads for whatever reason, I can be able to retarget those people. Be sure that you use such ad category, or your ad will not get approved. Even if it happened to slip through, they're going to reject it. They're just going to reject it. They're not playing about any kind of housing discrimination, things of that nature. They got deemed pretty bad by HUD. I want to say, I'm not remembering when it was, so they're not playing about it. They're not going to risk it. Don't write negative ad copy. So, when writing your ad copy, you got to be aware of what you're actually writing to grab the attention. You don't want to, alienate someone on Facebook because that ruins the experience on Facebook, and they want people coming back to Facebook not feeling bad. So you got to make sure that you're actually using good ad copy and nothing that will be negative. And you want to have a nice healthy budget. So a healthy budget will be something, even at least a minimum, I would say, just to get started, maybe $10 a day, but you want more than that. You want to get to closer to like $50 a day if you can. And that will give Facebook a lot of data. And then that will allow you to be able to see whether or not your ads are working properly. You can, there's several things you want to check. You want to check click-through rate. You want to check and see if you're converting at your landing page. You want to make sure that you're, maybe it's something with your image, maybe it's something with your copy, maybe it's something with your landing page. So you want to definitely be able to have a good budget, and then Facebook can start putting your ad in front of more people. It can take probably about 2 to 3 months to start really seeing really good lead flow. Sometimes a little bit earlier than that, but for the most part, within the first month, you should start seeing leads, and then by that second month, you should start seeing even better leads because it's actually figuring out more people that you're looking for. Another thing, don't start and stop your ads. I mean, I know sometimes budget constraints, it may prompt you to not want to continue going, but what usually happens, people will, they'll start running ads. They'll probably be watching the next 24, 48 hours, maybe even the first week, and then they're not getting anything, and they're like, oh, it's not working, and they stop, but you stopped too early. And also by starting and stopping, you're pretty much almost starting back from scratch when you get started, have to start back. And Facebook, even though they have some past data, that data's now stale. So they got to actually now start you back to where you were. And another thing is have patience. You got to make sure you have patience because it's going to take some time for the ad to get approved and to start running. And if you don't see, much in the first beginning, it starts to get much better. But it's important that you have patience and make sure that, if there are things that are wrong with the ad, that you understand, okay, a lot of people aren't clicking on the ad. So there's probably something with my ad copy or maybe my image that I'm using, or if I'm going to, or if there's a lot of click through and no action on the page, that may mean that, when it got to the page, the messaging was different from what was in the ad. So, a good thing you want to do is if you have a certain headline, you want to carry that same headline to the landing page. And also if you have an image, you may want to have that same image on the landing page too. That helps out a lot. And another thing, last thing is you want to respond quickly and follow up. I can't tell you the amount of times that people will get these leads in, they don't follow up with them, or they may get the leads in, call them maybe once and never call them back. And I think it's one of those things where, either, just don't want to just deal with the follow-up, but it's very important that you follow up with these leads and respond as quick as possible. So I'm going to stop that, this right quick. And I'm going to now go into the show and tell, so to speak, of the building the ad. So let me share this right quick. Let's see. Let's see. Right there.
Yeah, make sure that none of your personal stuff is showing.
Oh no, yeah, it got my
Yeah.
my bone chicken wow going on the other screen.
Yeah.
I
We
don't
got
want you to
work
see how
in right
messy my
now, but
desktop is.
yeah, we got one guy in right now, but if there's anything, like, let me know and we can have the guy edit it out before they put it up on the site.
Oh no, I'm good. Yeah, yeah, that would be quite fun. Or I can just sit up and then you can see what I'm wearing, the bottom. All right. So are you seeing Facebook ad manager now?
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay, cool. All right. So I'm gonna go to one of my accounts. I got several accounts, but so I'm just gonna run through real quick and just do a regular campaign. And at this point, you can kind of get an idea of what it kind of looks like. It's not very in depth. I'm not gonna really go into like the weeds with it. So I'm just going to do a really simple traffic campaign that will go to a landing page. But you can actually have it go to a chat bot. You can have it go to um, 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 Facebook has their own lead manager called Facebook Lead Ads, and you can actually it makes it easier for you to get their contact information. But we're just going to do traffic. So what you would do, you would log into your ad manager and well, let me show you real quick on uploading the list. So right here on the left side, right here, you got all tools, and it should be under something that's like audiences. So this is for if you want to build a retargeting group, retargeting audience, so that you can only run the ads to that particular audience. And I'll show you a little bit of that. So then you would just go to audiences. Hold on one second. Okay. So, and what you would do, you'll go to create audience, and you want to go to custom audience, and you want to go to customer list. And with customer list, it kind of gives you an idea and tells you what it's going to do. But you'll select customer, but you have different types of sources you can do. Like if you have for your website, people that visit your website, people that visit your Instagram, people that actually watch the video from you. It's different ones, but we're going to focus on the one for uploading your seller list. You're going to click next, and this is just telling you how to prepare your file, and it gives you a template so that you can know what format. But you can usually just upload it, and it'll find all the identifiers for you. But like I was telling you, email is one, phone number is one, first and last name, also cities, state, and zip code. So this information, you should be able to, it does a very good job of finding these people. So you're going to go to next, and we're not going to have a value because we're not doing e-commerce or anything like that. And then all you would do is you would drag and drop it here, or just upload the file and just name the file, name the audience, and then click next. I don't have one prepared. And what it'll do is it'll show you the mapping, meaning so basically your list may have like email address, but they need to map it to what they actually understand, which is probably email. And then at that point, you would just say, okay, this is the email, this is the city, this is the state. And then you would just upload and then confirm. So let's go back to where we were before.
So wait, so if I have a list of sellers who I know have like own property that's vacant aside from the property they live in, that will find, like, if I can find their email, it will find that person and put that
Yeah.
ad in front of that person.
Yeah, and sometimes, man, I mean, it's harder if you don't have something as unique as an email, but phone number. If you have the phone number and not have the email address, if they're on Facebook not only have it goes by the information that they provide on Facebook, but Facebook has like different licensing with other data companies that they can actually match and find those people. So even if they're on Instagram, they own Instagram,
Yeah.
and they can find those people. So they may not necessarily be Facebook users, but they may be on Instagram. They can find them.
Awesome.
So yeah. So we're gonna go here to create, and there are different types of objectives, but we're gonna focus on traffic, and each one has their own purpose. And this is something new right here. This you can name the campaign here, but we're not gonna do it here. Hit continue. And you can change it to whatever. I'm just going to put example. It's good that you actually name it something that you would know exactly what it is. So here are the special ad categories I was telling you about. So you want to go here and you want to select housing. So they got one for credit, they got one for the employment, social issues, politics. But you want to make sure you check that because, you know, in real estate, you are part of that whole housing thing. And you don't have to worry about this other stuff or whatever. It's more advanced stuff. And let's click next. And you definitely want to you know, name your ad set name something different. So just let's say this is for Gwinnett Sellers or something. Gwinnett Sellers. So that lets you know that, okay, I'm going to be targeting Gwinnett Sellers from my list of sellers, or from my targeting that I'm going to do, whether it be just like a cold audience without a list, but they're going to be in Gwinnett. So so it makes it easy for you to know where I'm targeting. And we're going to leave it at website, but like I was saying before, you can do it to a chat bot, which is Messenger, and also WhatsApp, and app you have to worry about. So we're going to come down, and this is where you would actually say how much you want to actually spend per day. So, you know, by default, it starts off like $20 a day, but you can put it as low as you want. But, you know, just know the lower you put it, the less action you're probably going to see. So you want to have a nice budget when you actually start running your ads. And then, you know, you don't want to get it too super high because you want to be able to scale up with the in case your targeting is off, so that, you know, you can easily scale it up. If it's off, you can, you know, revert to another targeting or just abandon that ad set completely. But you need more data to be able to figure that out. Don't worry about this stuff right here. Don't worry about the end date. And this right here is if you had that custom audience and you know the name of it, you would just click here, and then you will see all the custom audiences that you created. And then you would just select, and basically all the people on that list would be targeted. You won't have to worry about doing anything else like what we're going to do real quick, but so only those people would be targeted, and you wouldn't have to worry about the other stuff. So when we get here, like I was telling you before, with the special ad category, you have to keep it at 18 to 65 plus. Don't change that. And you see right here, it tells you that you can't change it by gender. It was a time you can actually, you know, only focus on women or men. So you can't do that anymore. And it also tells you that, you know, what your interests, there are some interests here, but I would just say if you're looking for sellers, I would let Facebook try to weed some of those people and find them for me. But you can probably do some interests like maybe like Home Depot and other stuff that, you know, but that takes a lot more money to kind of figure those kind of things out. And the thing is, if you're looking only in a local area, it really don't make any sense to really try to get that granular with it, because you want, at that point, you just want to get in front of enough people that probably are sellers. And then at that point, let your ad copy call them out to make them stop. So right here, you want to remove this, but also you want to find a location where you're trying to actually attract. So let's just put I'm just gonna put, I think you can put, I'm sure you can put like county and stuff like that. So yeah, so I want to do Gwinnett County, and basically it's going to target everyone in Gwinnett County. And here's that message I was telling you before: you have to do a minimum of 15-mile radius. So this pin is going to go out 15 miles. But if I wanted to be able to just drop the pin somewhere, let's say I'm looking for property out in Athens. So I'm going to drop the pin here, and you see that little radius here. It's only going to target those people, plus it's going to target Gwinnett, but I'm going to take Gwinnett off and leave that there. And know that you can't go no further down than 15 miles. So you can expand it if you want. Or if you want to be able to add another location at the same time, which you can if you want. Your messaging may be a little bit different if you're going to be doing multiple places, but you can do that if you want. So you would actually be targeting people here and here. So and it'll give you an idea of how many people at the time you'll be targeting. You want to stay within this green part here. The higher the number is better, because it gives Facebook enough people to be able to find for you. You don't want it too specific, and at that point, your ads probably won't even run at all. But it gives you some estimate. I wouldn't go off of that, but for the most part, it just gives you an estimate. So once you do that, that's pretty much all the targeting you're going to be doing. The next thing you're going to be doing is where your ads going to show up. And the thing is, I wouldn't do automatic. They talk about recommended because they want you to put it everywhere. You want to do manual placements. So you want to select manual placements. I uncheck audience network unless you have a big budget to be able to put it out to other websites that they actually have partnerships with. I wouldn't do it. I would uncheck messenger as well. These two would be good if you're doing like some big retargeting campaigns, but I just would leave it either with Facebook or Facebook and Instagram. And even within Facebook, you want to make sure it's on the news feed. And if you're doing Instagram, do it on the Instagram feed. And also because you're doing real estate investing for sellers, leave it on Facebook Marketplace. I would just uncheck the rest of these. And you want to take it off stories. And you want to take it off in stream. That's for like videos and stuff, and search. So there's a lot of stuff you're going to be unchecking. And then that's pretty much it for this page here. And you're going to go to next. So you want to name your ad something that's specific to, like, let's say for instance is an ad talking about either divorce or a house that was in foreclosure, or something that's pertaining to the type of list you have and the audience you're looking for. And you want to make sure you have your Facebook page selected, and also you want to select your Instagram if you're doing Instagram too. And then you want to come down here to create your ad. So I usually use a single image. If you're doing something like, trying to do something with the intention of having retargeting, you can add a video, but for this example, we're just going to do single image, and we're going to add media and add image. So I've already had some stuff already in there, but you would just upload images, and you can go to places like pexels.com. They have free images, or if you have images of like, dilapidated homes or something that has, shows like a house or something like that, with your messaging, you can just upload it here. Or if you want to select one, I'm just going to select one real quick. And it's kind of give you an idea of what it would look like. And we hit done. So on the right side, you start seeing it build like what your ad is going to look like. Your primary text is where you actually want, what you traditionally would see in the posts. Hey, sellers. You can, do something like that, or you can use like emojis, or emojis are great. So you can go like Emojipedia and put in some emojis and add into your copy. Yes. I'm just going to put some stuff here. I'm not going to go into depth on copy right now. So fast. You can add other information in there, but what you would do, that's going to show up on the top part here. The headline is where it's going to show up. I'll show you. My scrolling is acting silly. Let's see. So I'm going to put in a headline. Okay, there you go. All right, so this is where it will show up the actual headline, and here is, you don't have to really do the description, because I mean the way it's changed, it's only going to really show up on desktop. So you can put a description in for more information to kind of enhance this, but I'm not going to do anything right here. And also, we're going to do website. And this is where you would just put in your website, your landing page. So if you're using like ClickFunnels or any other landing page software or your website, I'm just going to put my website. This is where you'll put it here, and it'll show the URL here. And if you want to change the display to whatever, you can change it here. And you can leave it at learn more. It used to be a time where you could do the no button, but it started acting flaky, so I will leave it at learn more. And also you want to make sure that you select your pixel. If you didn't set up your pixel, it gives you an option to be able to set your pixel up so that you can be able to better track those people that interact with your ad, so that you can actually retarget them. And for the most part, that's it. As far as like creating the ad, you would just hit publish, and then after you hit publish, you're going to it's going to go over to Facebook, and they're going to look and see if they want to approve it or not. Right here is where you can actually share the link to actually see what it looks like, or you can set a notification to look at it on your device. Usually it sends it to your mobile phone, and you'll be able to see what the ad looks like in action. And right here shows you the different previews of what it will look like on Instagram, Facebook news, and also in the marketplace, what it will look like. Yeah, so here's one what it looking on the marketplace. And then pretty much that's it. And then when you come back here, let's go ahead and close. It'll go from in draft into I see it all the time. I forgot what it is, but you'll know it, and they're actually trying to approve it. And then they'll usually send you an email once it's approved, and also a notification on Facebook. And then it'll say running. I'm trying to remember exactly what it says. But for the most part, that's it. And then once you starts running, you'll be able to see some of the results from the campaign or the ad level, like right here, to see what's going on with each one of your ads. At the ad set level, you'll be able to see what's going on at the ad set level, and also at the campaign level, you'll be able to see what's going on with your campaign. So with that, I'm going to close that out and start sharing my screen. And let me share one last thing. Let's see. Sorry. And if you have any questions, you can contact me. My website is executable.co, or you can contact me, Christopher Walker, at info@executable.co. So anyone have any questions?
All right. So, and then as far as like you being a realtor and in Georgia, do you do anything like, are you like the listing realtor or?
Yeah, from my wife, we have a team, the Atlanta House Nerds. So as far as like I handle the marketing stuff, and I handle the seller part of it. So when we have sellers, I focus on the seller. She focuses more on the buyers and the mortgage part. So she's a licensed loan officer, so she's able to do both. As long as she doesn't muddy the waters with either one of them. And also discloses that she's a licensed realtor or she's a licensed loan officer, depending on the situation. But for the most part, she handles that part. But yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So if you're in Georgia, all right. So like this is big, guys. Like the fact that you can upload your list now and target people is like, yeah, because that was what originally had gotten me out of Facebook, was that you couldn't target people. I thought they had a problem. I heard somewhere where people were like putting in the ad like how they were targeting the people.
Mm-hmm.
And people were realizing, hey, they're uploading a list because the same marketing they were getting in the mail was the same like image they were getting in Facebook ads. and just ruined it.
Yeah.
But it's back. Amazing.
Yeah.
You can target people in the mail. You can now target them on Facebook online. You can use the Google Pixel now to get their IP. If you're using Lead Sherpa, I believe it is, the skip tracing software, you can get their IP address that way. And then now, are you still able to put in like your website, or have it, or do you have to manage everything in Facebook? Like, so once a person, clicks on the ad and they're in there, do I have to log into Facebook and onesie twosie type everybody into my CRM, or am I able to, have them go to my website and then type stuff in there and then come into my CRM?
Yeah. So it depends on how you have it set up. So like usually with landing page software, you would have the integration into your CRM either through Zapier, or there may be a direct integration with your landing page software, so that when you get to the landing page and fill out the information, it goes straight to your CRM. Or you can do like Facebook lead ads, and Facebook lead ads, they wouldn't even have to leave Facebook. And basically what Facebook lead ads will do, it'll pull in their name, their email address, and even their phone number if you want to get that. And all they got to do is click a button and it submits it. And at that point, you would need to have some kind of connection with your CRM. And usually you can do that with Zapier or some other types of integration. So that actually makes it easier for them. They don't have to really leave Facebook or Instagram.
Yeah. Okay. Because I've clicked on some stuff before, and it would open up some sort of like browser, and there's like an X at the top.
Yeah.
And I just end up hitting the X, or go back, and it just exits out the whole thing. And I've already like gone through a couple pages to put my info in, for their free program or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm. Or they could be using they have like I forgot what it's called. I don't use it that much, if ever. But basically, you can actually load an external web page in Facebook, so they're not really leaving Facebook, and they're loading that page within there. Yeah. So if you have something that's optimized for like, especially like mobile, it would actually just pull in that website into Facebook.
You could do Podio, right?
Yeah.
Like a Podio web form in there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it would load up perfectly on a phone.
Yeah, and you wouldn't have to go to another. Yeah, you wouldn't go into another website.
No Zapier, nothing needed at all. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. Like, y'all don't have any questions about this? Like, this is monumental. I know I'm not like freaking out, but this is crazy because like I don't see any "we want to buy your house." I think I've seen maybe like one or two in the past month. On my personal Facebook. So my professional Facebook is the one that I'm friends with all of y'all on. And I don't see any on there, obviously. Oddly enough, I get like gym ownership, like own your own gym kind of stuff, which is weird, like because I'm
you toning up.
Yeah, but on my personal Facebook, where I'm friends with all the people I used to work at Walmart with, and they're not they're not looking to do any of this kind of stuff on there. And I use that one to target motivated sellers, and I just add people, and I share my Mike's House Help page.
Yeah, most of the big guys, they're taking the list and they're uploading the list and targeting only those people. So you may not see a lot of those ads just random. So they're taking their list and they're mailing out, and then from the mailer, they have the mailers going out to your house, the flyers, and then you'll come to Facebook and they're like, oh, I saw this in my mailbox. Oh, I see the same image, or what, it's the same people. So that's how they're working it, because they have that same list.
So, believe it or not, but I was at July 4th thing, with some people we used to work at Walmart with, and one of the guys just walked up to me, and I thought he was going to yell at me, but he was like, "Thank you for not texting me to buy my house." And I was talking with his wife was right next to me, and I was like, oh man, he must be real angry. And so she started going off like they're texting us every day, they're crazy. And I'm like, but you live in your house. Why
Yeah.
would you say you're not like a motivated person? And so now like I'm scared. Like I plug in his name and I'm like, that's now in the procedure. Like make sure I don't text him because that would look good if I sent him a text
Yeah,
or
you don't want
a
to deal
letter.
with it.
But and then my wife gets them too, and it's like it's all of them, all the what do they call it, Z buyers? It's uh, Zillow doesn't do it, but I don't think they do that. I think it's the actual realtor that has to mark it out. But it's the we buy ugly houses. We get that. We or she gets that. She also gets the what's the other ones? They'll actually send like offers. So on the
Yeah.
paper, it'll have your house and then it'll have two other houses that sold. And the price they sold at is like the offer at the bottom, which is insane. But oh man. And Open Door. And so I've
Yeah.
seen ads for that. And I actually go into the comments and people are like raving about how good they are. And it's almost like they're paying people to go in there. They're so good. Like I'm like, no way.
Yeah.
There's a buddy of mine sold to Open Door as a wholesaler, and he said you had to use their closing, and every little item kept getting taken off. But
Mm-hmm.
if you're selling it, you don't care because you're still getting a whole lot. But uh, and then and then I get some on my rental properties, but I don't see any Facebook ads other than like Open Door. I'll see Open Door, and then there's one other like offer
Offer
pad.
pad.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't see any
Mm-hmm.
people like me and you. But I've recently changed it up. So instead of saying we buy houses and getting yelled at, it's sort of gotten a bad name. So now I go to Mike's House Help. And
Mm-hmm.
so my texting that goes out and all of my marketing, like even on the postcards and stuff, is all, hey, we can help you with your house. We can get you funding. We can find you tenants. We can uh, find you contractors. We can fund the repairs. We can fund the back payments. We can stop, get caught up with back payments. And then we can also sell your house, is what we say. And then we can even take over payments. And instead of like reaching out to them as, hey, we want to buy it, we usually reach out some other way. Like nine out of 10 people we are buying theirs, and the rest, because I get paid whether I give them funding or I find them a contractor, I find them a buddy, you know, they do the work, uh, all of that. I think it's like $100, back and
Mm-hmm.
forth per referral. Um, so it doesn't matter how we help them, but it gets people in there a lot better. Now,
Yeah.
if I were to do ads like this, I would say, this is Mike's House Help. Now, in the past, I've done like a video where it's like, one of the ways we help people is by finding them tenants. One of the ways we help them is by doing this, doing that. And that's like the texting. Would that work in like a Facebook ad?
Yeah, yeah, that can work. You can have that video going, and you want to definitely captivate them, and then at that point, um, those type of ads, you probably want to retarget people that view the video at a certain amount of time, so they show them some interest in it. You may get some clicks from it to go to your landing page. You may get some, but it's better to try to retarget those people. So, but those videos do work, and the video ads are really cheap, still real cheap. So, they're actually cheaper than the single image ones. So you can better get to more people too. Hmm.
Oh, it sounds to me like when you do a mail campaign, you can't just mail out once. Everybody
Yeah,
should know that by now. Like, and I've said it a couple times in I think April when we
people
did.
still do it.
You got to just not just mail once. You got to do
Yeah,
a couple of times. You got to do that
yeah,
follow up. So it sounds to me like that retargeting is the follow up. So you
yeah.
follow up. Now, how many times should you retarget somebody?
Well, it's going to do it automatically, and then that's where you want to start looking at. You don't want to get ad fatigue. So basically, you ever seen these ads over and over and over, and you got kind of get tired of seeing them, and then sometimes you can start getting people that will, flag them and start getting negative responses to them, and then at that point, Facebook may step in and not show your ad to as many people. But usually with those retargeting ads, you have a different type of campaign, so you only deliver to those people you're retargeting, and you will change your ad, the ad that you're actually using up. So usually you'll want to have minimum 3 ads per ad set, so you're not having the same image or same video going. Yeah, so you want to have that, and then every so often you want to change those up.
And so it will, if you've got 3 in there, when it goes to retarget them, will it automatically show them like the one they haven't seen already?
Usually it does. Yeah, usually it'll show them the other one. Facebook understands that they don't want the ad fatigue either, because they don't want to show them stuff that they don't want to see. That's why they would rather just not show it to as many people. But it gives them a better chance of actually seeing the other ads as opposed to the other one. Or there's other ways, and now they don't get too far into it, that you would, if they've seen this particular ad, don't show them this one, and all kind of stuff like that.
Mhm. Okay. So no questions, it looks like, man. All right. So I would say that the homework should be the next one. Let me see what we're doing next month. So next month, we should be out of the marketing. Oh no, we've got one more marketing, and that is online and offline signs. So essentially, this is like online. Facebook is pretty much bandit signs, is what they're seeing. But we're going to talk about bandit signs and pretty much Craigslist
Okay.
and all of that next month. So
You sprinkle in any Facebook Marketplace stuff in there too?
no, the stuff I see on Facebook Marketplace, I mean, well, I guess I could look into that, but from what I've seen, it is all wholesalers
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. You're right. Yeah.
that
Yep.
put it on there.
Yep. You're
And
right.
I never get or I'll get a realtor, and they'll make it look like like they're the seller, but it's really the realtor or
Yeah. Yeah.
a wholesaler, which I don't understand, because that's like a wholesaler thing, is to pretend you're the owner. But I've gotten a couple realtors that way, and yeah, but I don't think you can scrape Facebook like you can. I have found a site that will scrape Craigslist and
Hmm.
Zillow, and will actually auto market to them
Okay.
in like a texting or email format. And then I think there's another site that will just a scraper site that you can just plug up. And then there's also even, I don't know if it works for that, but there's also a scraper tool that will literally, it's like a Chrome extension, and it'll just take your mouse and will click on stuff so that it
Mm.
bypasses the
Yeah.
software that they have that they don't like.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
possible you could get that on Facebook, but no, yeah, I haven't had any luck with it. Have you? Do you like scrape
No,
sellers or?
they've cracked on a lot of that stuff or whatever. It's, I know there's some stuff out there now about Facebook groups that people were using, but they've locked a lot of stuff down. So one time you could do the videos and other stuff or whatever, but they halted all that stuff.
Yeah, I know it changes like every
Yeah.
weeks. Now I've got this new, it's like a Reddit feature. It's like a up arrow and a down arrow, but it's so boring because like in Reddit you can just hit up or down whether you like or
Like it or
dislike
not.
something. And eventually, you can, if something has too many down votes, they won't show it anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what they
And
do.
if
Yeah.
it has a lot of up votes, it'll be at the top of the page. And Facebook does that, but you've got to like select. And my wife doesn't have it, and they're notorious for this, where they'll put out a new feature like a couple of
Something.
people,
Mm-hmm.
and it took me forever to get night mode. Oh man, dude, my eyes
Yeah.
are killing me.
And like it's like so bright and it's dark in your room.
No, man. And but they've got the up down feature that I have it. My wife doesn't. But you have to select like uh I think on another screen you have to hit like, is it popcorn? Is it like um what you thought about the thing that you just upvoted or downvoted? Was it like educational? Was it this? Was that? And I'm just like, no, 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 no. I'm just liking it now. Like, forget all that. Just, oh man. But I wish they would just make everything across the board. Like we had it so good with MySpace, man. We had
Yeah.
we
Added some code and all kind of stuff. Make the things scroll across your page.
nobody got banned. So my personal Facebook. So I had a meme group, and it was just memes I found on Facebook. I shared to this Facebook group, and do this. And I was like, but I found it on Facebook. And they banned that account from posting. I could do anything
Jeez.
but post for 2 days. So I was like, well, that kind of sucks, I guess. Logged into my professional Facebook where I got my coaching students, and I get in, oh, I can't post in there either. So it had linked the two accounts.
Yeah, they know. They know.
I was like, what? Like, I appealed it with the fact that, hey, I see similar content was all I could do. It wouldn't let me type in, hey, I found this on Facebook and shared it on Facebook. And then like 5 minutes before my 48-hour ban, it was like, oh yeah, we saw it, you're good. And I was like, wow.
Wow.
I needed to get on Facebook like yesterday for these people who've paid for this coaching to tell them, because I do it exclusively on Facebook now. I don't do it on a website. It's just easier because you're already in Facebook, and now you can like upload modules to a group and everything. But yeah, just don't share memes anymore on Facebook. I share them elsewhere.
Crazy.
Yeah, I was so mad. I was like, I can't share memes anymore. I'm a millennial, so we
Oh yeah, that's what y'all do.
all right. So, what do you think the minimum for an ad campaign would be? Like $20 a day?
Yeah, I would say 20. I would say 20. Um, if you're doing it yourself, I would just kind of focus on one ad set and probably the 3 ads for the ad set. Just changing up the messaging a little bit, and probably maybe the image to kind of get an idea of which one's actually working out well. And usually Facebook will find they pick winners. So whichever one they feel like is actually showing, you're getting better response, they're gonna start showing that one more, and you'll be able to see the stats to kind of to know, okay, I need to turn these other two off. Yeah, but I will say that, yeah.
I got Instagram. I think I use my Instagram. So last week or last episode, we talked about how to like go into Instagram and post out to Twitter and to Facebook.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All the stats. Like once you turned your account into a business account, you
Yep.
see all the stats. Like if they were in America or another country, male, female, time of day, day of the week, all that cool stuff. Yeah, so you can
Mm-hmm.
see when you should post, which was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So $20 a day for 30 days is 600.
Yeah, so that's not bad.
So you should wait probably until you have 600 extra money every month. So
Mm-hmm.
if you're a fry cook or pushing carts, I would wait until you have at least 600 extra cash that month before you do it. Because if you don't want to, again, like, because I heard you saying you don't want to start it and then stop it. You want to
Yeah, you don't want to be,
continue
starting and
that.
stopping. Yeah.
So yeah, definitely I would say a strategy for maybe not your first deal, but like after you've done a deal, take that money that you've gotten from that deal and just snowball it into this,
Yeah.
and just add this as a tool to your tool belt,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, go all in. All right, so I think we'll end it here if there are no questions, and hopefully I've answered any. But if you have any more questions about this, I'm sure you can email Christopher and ask him some more questions, or maybe add him on Facebook. I don't know if he wants to.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, get more friends on Facebook.
Yeah.
And and so again, in the REI USA group, go in there and post your Facebook pages, your We Buy Houses, We Sell Houses, your YouTube channels, all your social medias, and then everybody go in there and like those, follow them, subscribe. You know, you don't have to hit the bell, but just give them those likes and help their pages out, and then they'll do the same to you. I'm Mike Watkins. This is Wholesaling 101, and you want to say your name?
Oh yeah. Oh, Christopher Walker. Hope I was able to give you some value, and y'all have a good evening.
All right, we will see you all on. Let me make sure this is every other week, so we will see y'all on August Friday the 13th. So I'll see you Spooky Friday.
Alrighty. Bye.
All right, see you.